Previously on Test C Teams.
It's actually just something that I want to grow out of you. So now you're this horrifying, like, displacer beast style critter.
Oh no, when I lose my concentration, he remains for like 1d6 rounds or something like that.
Is it not under your control anymore?
Let me look at,
Exactly.
Oh, absolutely not. No.
I'm trying to tank
what?
in the most classic tanking sense. I'm pulling all the aggro and then I'm running away.
And I cradle his head in my hands, and I'm like, stand up, brother.
Oh!
But really quietly.
The two corpses, say, are together. They are immediately knit through with
Meshed?
spines. Yes, meshed together.
Splines.
And then they will rise up on four legs of sorts that do not bend, so that they just sort of teeter.
He just fully whips it around his head like this to come down on one big overhand strike.
Ooh.
Sorry, bud, this is how it ends. And then just like aim right for the old coconut. One half goes
And
one
inside
way.
cake.
Dinner eats the cake.
Out from this bag, a fully grown oak true strike emerges.
My God.
And I look at Oak, and then I just go, Dinar!
Time is the enemy, the past, it threatens the fastest weapon. You wouldn't make it past a second, and that's the question. Play it brash and reckless, or choose a cautious solution you thought was prudent. In any sepulcher, pulchritude will become the putrid. It's that wealth that I'm pursuing. No mountain too steep or dungeon too deep to send expendable marks up to the top of the peak or beneath. They see you bleed, they come like sharks to it, while I swim in that money bin like Carl Barks drew it. So send your national parks druid, I'll send him home in a natural box with a closed top and most of the parts included. Save your breath for a cleric confessor. Death is a lesson and life is a tenured professor. But if you're seeking my official advice, sign on the dotted line, initial it twice.
Hello. I'm Taco Brahe of Penarcade and PAX. I am also a Manifest Hereward Drawn, CEO of Acquisitions Incorporated, but today I'm Jeffrey K. Hortemps. And I'm here to run a game of Dungeons and Dragons for my friends, an august body that includes such favorites as Dragonborn Narcissist and Arblet Sen.
Yeah!
Here, no, I can perform it.
The puppet show?
No, I was going to say, I can perform a magic trick.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm getting-
it's just like him.
It's pretty good.
It's
Just like me.
Are we haunted?
Oh, we're haunted AF.
How did I make that noise without my mouth moving?
To the right of my right, repping the natural world, walnut dawn grass.
Kakra!
Now,
You made the light come out
did you
from
see the
behind
light?
cloud.
The light
That
actually
was
jumped out,
amazing.
energized, no doubt,
Yeah.
by ancient magics. To my left,
To my left.
recently returned from a world tour. Not your grandma's grandma, except in those rare cases where she is your grandma's grandma, Rosie Beestar.
I made the light come back out.
It got darker.
Oh.
Because of the shadows.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You're like,
stuff.
yeah, so what are you
yeah.
trying to get out
Is
of
that a
this
shake
thing?
weight?
That's the question.
nice.
Who do you work for?
This is an interrogation.
Let's take a walk.
Exactly. To the left of my left, emerging as though from a mist shroud. It's Kafris Drow.
Oh, it's a roller coaster this time.
Yeah, we're all on the ride. We're all on the ride together. Now, when last we saw our heroes, they had recently, indeed very recently, put together a plan, a comprehensive plan, to protect the newly minted mining town of Promise. They were able to annihilate a suite of invaders, some of which were not technically real, but they were led by Merrick Sharp and his reclamation group. a nefarious crew designed primarily to extract wealth from the Somber Hills and channel it toward, functionally speaking, cult cells that have begun to erupt all throughout the Desperate Valley. A direct result of the collapse of Scala. Now, the most recent thing that occurred, the
bitter end of the stream last week. I remember.
Indeed, is that a fully grown, fully naked oak true strike was decanted from Dinar Blitzen's
Body.
baby bag, birthed, injected,
Pink glistening.
indeed, fired
Yeah.
from Dinar Blitzen's
Loins.
pouch. Loins? Yeah. God damn.
Yeah.
I've been waiting all week for this.
Well, I was gonna say,
Oh, yeah.
did you write a speech?
Yeah, I want to know Walnut's reaction immediately.
Okay. I've been preparing for this all week. I draw my sword.
Real deal.
Roll initiative.
Just
I guess.
immediately.
Climbing right in.
I love this. This is the game that I want to run.
Hold on.
And it's the situation I want to be a part of.
I need a little more setup than that. So he crawls out of the bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He basically dumps himself out, and then he sort of stands.
Is he slimy, like covered
No.
in afterbirth?
Oh,
No.
come on. He is. No, because I keep
No,
a
yeah.
slimy bag.
No, it's just gonna say. No, it's like, how bad do you want it to be that way? And I can consider hooking it up. I mean, this is our game.
I'm here to ask questions.
How moist do you want it? Because I can take that slider
And
and go
you,
whoop.
Walnut, recognize him immediately.
I'm sorry. Are we done with that? Is that are we moving on?
Are we just skipping
I
over?
thought you
It's
could-
canon. Dinar has a slimy bag.
Okay. Covered in oak slime.
No, it was slimy.
Slimy
Oak
before.
got in with the slime. That was his choice.
Okay.
Right.
And
So
he's just been rolling around in it.
his hair is matted, with thick slime redolent of fruits. He looks like he is in like a casting call for anime heroes.
Okay.
Nice.
What is he? What is
Slimy
the
everything.
expression on his face? Is he proud? Like, what does he look like?
It doesn't. He seems to be fine with whatever is happening right now. He has precisely zero. He has precisely zero negative body image, and with good reason, because it is magnificent,
Yeah.
Go on.
Nice.
tip to toe,
Oh.
absolutely
So just the
hairless,
lower half.
except for the places where you do want a little hair.
Ooh.
Can you stop describing him as this like Adonis?
Well, no,
Yeah.
no,
I don't like him.
no. Of course you don't. You're not supposed to. None of these things are even
I like him more.
hard pass.
Hard pass.
Oh no, there's
Yeah.
Listen, there's a lot to enjoy.
We're like, oh, explains why that bag was so heavy.
Yeah, it's a Haravan Dar Dragon.
Packing a lot of weight.
Especially from the back.
Ooh, yeah.
Get a
And
dais ready.
And I had been conversing with him briefly when he just decided to turn into a full-grown human, and then Walnut.
Yeah,
I just hear that sword unsheath. I guess.
Yeah.
that's what's confusing. He was a baby and he's like, I don't want to be a baby anymore. I assumed there was going to be like this gestation period. It's like, I'm done being a baby.
Do you want to have a microphone?
I guess I gotta have a microphone for this show.
Nah.
Grandmother,
Did we really do a mic check, Josh?
I invite you, I welcome you to our game of Dungeons and Dragons.
The gift of audio.
Be present.
I love to be here, guys. I love it.
Be present with us.
Okay,
All right, so
Yeah. So I pull my sword and I say, do you want to do this the easy way or the hard way?
He says, can I get more information?
I say, you can either come with me or I can kill you where you stand.
I don't think that it 100% works that way, but I know that during previous interactions we've had, things were said. And I think that we both regret our actions.
I don't regret a thing.
Well, in the fullness of time, I think you'll look back on some of these interactions and say, could I have done that differently? Yes.
You're really just full of talk today. Listen, I still have a job to do, and that job was to deal with you. So you can come back with me, or I can take you back in pieces.
I think we'd have a number of full-grown him. I mean, based on what we've seen so far, it seems like he's good at this.
Yeah.
Not now.
Yeah. Where did we leave this? In regards to like our contract with him. Refresh my memory because I don't remember.
We had a job to obtain him.
And then he disappeared as we were crossing the threshold.
Right.
And we
He
went
got
to go
away.
get him.
And then we went to get him, and then he died. So the contract still stands that we have to return him. Then,
I
right?
would say
it was
there
never
is-
voided. Or
I would
anything.
say there is a very reasonable idea that the C team has a current contract to secure Oak True Strike. As a director, I was going to say documancy. Here it
So
comes.
why are we even arguing about it? Juan knows immediately what the status is.
Did not have this one written down.
Oak True Strike says walnut.
Yes.
I assent to your demands.
What does that mean?
You lost me at eye.
Yeah.
He
You'll
says,
come with me?
I think that it would be more convenient for me to arrive in a single piece than it would be to arrive in chunks of various sizes. And certainly, I have had enough of Dinar's bag. It's not clean. There are concerns. There are very real concerns.
Whoa.
So Walnut looks really disappointed. She sheathes her sword. And she goes, all right, fine. But she like clearly wanted to come to blows with him. But then she looks at Dinar and she goes, we're going to talk later.
He did tell you. He
Yeah. About what?
multiple times. I
Yeah.
think.
That sounds fun. Yeah, we should talk.
We never talked.
We never talk.
Well, if you thought I was going to help you with that paperwork now, you're wrong.
Oh, then I'm gonna muss it all up.
I mean, don't do that.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna get the pages all crinkly
No.
if you don't help.
No, that really gets in the way of the file.
No, and there is, and you can see in this tableau in front of you that includes this gleaming, precision engineered example of masculinity. You can
The
see,
ultimate driving machine.
you can,
Rack and pinion steering.
you can see lolling out of Dinar's bag like a tongue almost. A couple crinkled corners bent down over the edge of the bag
Yeah, that's right. I
of,
kept all
of
my
his document.
papers.
So you kept the slime, baby oak, and the papers?
Keep it fresh. You gotta seal in that freshness. You get that burp, when you seal it in.
You
There was a
think
child in there.
you don't?
This is a burp
Well,
one.
look, 2020
Yeah.
hindsight, yeah. Here in this cool reflective atmosphere, yeah, we can look back and say, best decision? Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Like, this is for history to decide, not us. Sorry.
They have been commingled to such an extent
Yeah.
that they look like a single page.
I go, I look at the bag and I make a grab for them.
Nah, go ahead.
I just start cleaning them, but keep never really eyes darting to Oak every couple of seconds.
Yeah. Do you while you're cleaning them, do you want a taste of the content? Like, are you taking them? Are you just peeling them apart, sort of like onion skin?
Yeah.
Or are you getting a glance at some of the product.
Well, I know that I can't fill it out.
True.
But I mean, I would take a look.
Okay. The front on the top says, welcome to, this is all while cleaning, maintaining your vision on the front. It says, welcome to Form DC2 Inaugural, the Decisionist Rank 2 examination. It must be filled out in full exclusively by Decisionists of Rank 1. No outside assistance should be necessary. We invite you to settle in, dip your quill, and prepare yourself.
Oh my god.
Wow. Oh my god. You have to take the SATs, dude. Yikes.
This is fun.
Yeah.
This is a good time.
Well, I was just looking at them like, oh, man.
So
Shaking
jealous.
them out.
Yeah. Yeah, they do that.
I'm gonna
It's
do,
Wild West in there.
tumbleweed, everything.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use if you'll permit me, prestidigitation to clean the page, to restore.
Oh, I
each,
love it.
If it's acceptable.
Yes.
Restore page is
I
fresh as the
consent.
hair. This is incredible.
Make some noise. Oh, so clean.
That's the sound that makes it dirty.
Yeah.
You can soil them too.
While all this is happening, Rosie is having a really difficult time because, listen,
A lot of beef.
On my character sheet is written.
Horny grandma.
No, I didn't have to write that one down. It says enemies, Oak Tree Strike.
Me too.
Yeah, I remember the day we wrote it down. We wrote it down together. And so I have sworn a vow. But good Lord. Good Lord.
So you can sense to your left, Whiffmid approaches, and the two of you just share a moment.
Heavy sigh.
Whiffmid says, "Is this a friend of yours?"
Sadly, not even close, no. What the opposite of that?
That's a great news for me.
All yours, babe.
Oof.
It's like I mean, an introduction would, I think, help grease the wheels, as they say.
It does seem like the right thing to do. Oak?
I'm gonna have to wash my knickers out in the river.
All right.
Jeez.
I don't know you that well, but I'm happy for you.
Probably where all clothes are washed.
Whiffmid,
Big
Oak.
deal.
Oak Whiffmid. May you have a long and happy life together.
Did you marry them?
Wow, jeez.
Yeah, I'm a ship captain.
I could legally marry you right now.
Have fun banging. Oak, I don't like you, but
May your first child be a masculine child.
Whiffmid says, "I have the only private hut in town."
She does.
No.
what does Oak say? Look, you're playing both NPCs. Just let's hear it. Yeah.
Oak
Use your hands.
looks back over. he looks back over his shoulder toward Coriander in the cart and says, "We can leave any time."
He says that to me?
Yeah.
Great.
No, I think we're here for a while. I think we're comfortable. Oh, no, you gotta do your thing. Sorry, I was just gonna torture him.
No, my understanding is, I mean, there's
Go ahead, torture him.
often a time limit, as pertains. I mean, having been a part of Acquisitions Incorporated, myself certainly in a decisionist role, something you would understand, of course, Jannar, that heavy lies the crown, and so forth. But obviously, even if it's not stated explicitly, there is a time. An optimal time for turning in the document, the person. We can go.
I'm so done listening to you talk. For real.
Now, the last time we tried to complete this quest, this slippery little devil vanished.
Yeah. Well,
So what are we
not
gonna do?
taking
butt
it
ass
this
naked.
time.
If you want to go full
Yeah.
roto-rooter to make sure you don't got another acorn on him.
See, that I would find pleasurable. That's a happy compromise.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody gets something.
Like,
Oh, consented to a cavity search on the way home. You're
That's
telling
right.
Coriander
Yeah.
that?
But there's a whole document, and it's a.
Yeah, I guess Rosie will ask Oak that. Like, how can we make sure that you're not going to just disappear when we bring you back to the DNC?
I assume my word is not
Oh no.
acceptable as a,
Wasn't last time.
Doesn't
No.
mean
as a
shit.
currency.
Yeah.
And we're
it's
best
mu-
friends, and you broke your promise.
Yeah, he's heartbroken.
He says, I have no pockets
You have nature's pocket.
in the...
And there's two of those.
Madam, I want to assure you that I'm not keeping any seeds or contraband.
You can't spell ashore without you are ass. Bend over.
Oh, jeez. In the middle of the town square. You're good.
You start to sing to your
Just
staff.
like
"What?"
elbow deep. She's got small arms. It's not as quite as bad as it
You
sounds.
form a shadow speculum.
Do you want to use your
There's gotta be a
Grandma's
better.
Your alt.
There's gotta be a better way. There's gotta be a better way.
You have a
Not
shadow
take him-
staff?
We can just not take him into the DNC. We'll just have him outside.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let's do that. I'm not blowing
Wait,
Grandma
really?
up Oak's ass.
Look,
Well, I can send Legati in there. He doesn't care.
yeah.
But he's a demigod. If you want to leave now, you could. So I don't even know why you messed around with the acorn to begin with.
Did you say that out loud?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I said it.
What do you mean? That's funny.
He spoke
That's
to me briefly. We had a conversation as a baby. He's not killable.
Who didn't know about this? Rosie, did you know about this?
I didn't know about this, but nothing surprises me anymore.
I tried to tell you, but I didn't.
But I didn't try hard.
Not very.
Let's go home.
All right. We go home.
He's walking back. You would describe the gate as tight.
Like he's trying to hide something.
No,
He's clenching.
metered. With mid, it's like it's being recorded in her mind, like every frame, like 120,
Cut.
like
Mid-
slow-mo camera,
Right.
whiff.
like Antichrist. You've seen Antichrist? It's like the beginning of Antichrist.
Okay. Great. Well,
It's an incredible
There's a
film.
lot going on in the
Wow.
beginning of that
All right.
movie.
In a very short period of time.
Yeah.
okay.
Well, should we like? What is left to do here?
Nothing.
I mean,
I'll ask.
I want to say goodbye to Sorsha
Oh yeah,
yeah,
do
yeah.
that.
and Karnar. But like,
do you want a moment to do that, and then maybe we will conduct Oak.
The
secure
ritual.
him.
Sure.
do you want to officially mark this job as completed? Do we like contractually? Do we
I do the paperwork back at the DNC usually.
Okay. All right. I don't know if we
Yeah.
need this.
There's a table available. You know how it works. Absolutely. So you're going to seek.
Well, yeah. I guess as everyone's walking back to the car.
Yeah.
And
So as you're walking back to the cart, you can see there's a few horses riding up the east road, and they meet Whiffmid out in front of the town, and you think it might be a delegation from another small village
Frimp?
out in the hills. They don't seem Frimpies. Frimpian.
so she's going off to meet them.
Yeah, basically the horses are coming up, and she's like,
All right. Okay. Wait, Whiffman's doing this?
yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's fine. Let her do her thing. I'm looking for Sorsha and Krenar.
Okay. You poke around a bit, and you can see Sorsha has Krenar like picked up, and it's like carrying her in front of her, carrying her out of the cave. And she sets her down, and then Krenar is trying to run back into the cave. And you're not sure how long this has been going on, but you think it's a process.
When she used the shadow ball,
Yes.
what happened to it afterwards?
There's one more. So she, as we recall, she has a system of singing
Yeah.
that can collapse it back.
Yeah.
So currently there's 2 out, and you have 1 more with you. You had
Yeah.
3 of them total, but she can sing them back into a.
Okay. It wasn't like broken or anything.
No,
I was
no,
gonna
no.
give her the last one. It needed to be replaced or something.
No,
okay.
no, she seems able to, like just like a snowball almost, just like compact them back in.
Okay. Then I'll go over there to them and get down on one knee and just
Propose to
give her a
Saoirse.
little hug. Yeah. Give Krenara a little hug. Ignore Saoirse
None of this.
and give Krenara a little hug.
Yeah, there's a lot of nips, just little kisses around the on the cheek, up on the ear.
And I'll say, I'll see you again, little one, and thank you for the sword. Say it to both of them.
Yeah,
Thank you for the sword.
Yeah, Saoirse folds her arms, and then nods. So how are you wearing these? Where is the sword?
I think they're both on Denard's back.
Okay, so they're both
Double.
present.
Yeah.
Yeah, she definitely recognizes this.
Yeah.
And
Well,
she's-
I mean, I used it in combat in front of her, so.
And she says, when we are finished in the Somber Hills, we will return to Red Larch on our way south.
Sounds good.
So there is an interesting note.
Okay.
So this is in a language that you both speak. Whenever the two of you are speaking, she tends not to use common. So before there's a linguistic mechanism that describes the rank. It's all built into the language. It's a suffix. And every time before this time, she's used the imperator suffix, which is sort of like a ruler to a subject. And this time she has chosen something that establishes that you are both of rank.
Oh, big doings.
I'm just saying.
What in the world?
Dragonborn linguistics. This is
Yeah.
the show for you. So, but she gives you the nod, and then calls Krenar back to her and gets her set back up.
Yep.
It looks like she's getting ready to ride.
Okay. Now I'll go back to the cart. Yeah.
She hops back in the Bjorn. All right, now Rosie Biesinger.
Yeah.
How does this journey go? How does this journey go back to Red Larch?
I think that we all need some rest. So whoever's chilling, just like, I think it's a pretty chill ride. I hope it's a chill ride. Oak. No one searches Oak's anal cavity, but
No one.
Hey,
no one, but no one, but no one doesn't search his no.
It's unknown.
No one.
But Oak rides up front next
up on
to
the
Rosie
just buck ass
and
naked.
never puts on any clothes. And Rosie's like, "Are you sure you don't want to put on some pants? You are a demigod. Maybe conjure a pant leg." And he's like, "No, for I could not be separate from the wind itself," or some elf shit, whatever he says. And it's great. It's nice. I mean,
in the
we're
middle of the story, as you are enunciating it and weaving it around, he says, "Oak True Strike does don a pair of breeches."
Does he now? I believe I'm the one telling the story, True Strike. Why don't you just shut it down? Walnut, you want to gag this fucker?
Well, it's like, absolutely.
Oh yeah, Dream Walnut.
It's like opens up a coat of like many gags. Like, which to choose from?
Oh, all my children.
So you roll back in, and at the moment the cart is nestled securely in, the soap bubble disappears, and you are nestled right there, back at home, at the Drawn and Courtier, which you have not had much of an opportunity to spend time at for quite a while. After your adventures, indeed, below the surface, having returned and then almost immediately had to rush back out, you are
absurd. I was
It's a
gonna
nice
say,
place.
We don't need to get inside of anybody ever again. I took ghostly gaze. I can probe him with my eyes instead of my hands.
Oh,
Now you tell me.
fantastic.
There you go.
Wow.
You say this right at the threshold.
Yeah, Rosie's like all greased up, ready to go.
like it occurs to me right as we're about to walk in. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I can put this to rest easily, going layer by layer, searching. Requires all my concentration.
You don't.
And then somebody else tries to. You're like, maybe you want to go. No, wait, stay here in case something happens.
Your eyes are really red on that crotch zone, aren't they?
Yeah.
No stone unturned.
If there was anything, that's where it would be.
That's where I hide it.
whatever condition had made the alterations to your left eye, that process is now complete on the right side as well. How you choose to present yourself under these circumstances, or that's a separate matter.
Okay.
But you are perfectly able to see with this this like multi-phase
Like asymmetrical
view
compound
system.
eye. Yeah.
But of course, to Cthulhu, I doubt it's anything strange. I think it's just another. It might be novel for a few moments.
It's like getting older, you know, like you get gray hair. And
Well, so you need
body
bifocals. It's like,
changes,
well,
yeah.
sometimes you need a cluster of gem eyes. You know,
Now, okay, is it a compound eye like a fly or a spider, or is it just like individual little gemstones stuck in their own sockets?
No, imagine like a spider does not have a compound eye. It does have like 8 discrete eyes.
Right.
But imagine something like that, but just like asymmetrically set in the face. So it's like,
Nasty.
So is it kind of like little geodes peeping out?
I think there's a little, like a faceted trait to them. I like to think. Do it when I'm looking through him. Do I notice anything different other than like a person's physiology, given his godhood?
his status. I mean, there may be some other mechanism by which you can assess him, but on this plane, he appears to have most of the stuff you'd expect. And all the things you've seen splayed out in various diagrams,
Right. Yeah.
all seem to be present there.
And I think is this the first time I used it? So it's neat to see these diagrams like, it's like all
they did a
working
good job.
together. Yeah, that makes sense. He's clean.
Clean,
Give
okay.
an ocular pat.
Can we like give him a blanket from the back so he doesn't create a health code violation when we walk in?
Yes.
Okay, I do that. Begrudgingly, I give him a blanket and I go, cover yourself up.
like a horse blanket,
Yeah, like a horse
like
blanket.
rough.
Yeah,
It's like a
unforgivingly
it's like
rough.
it's a 10 grit horse blanket.
It's like sandpaper.
Yeah. As he puts it on too, I'm like, I had sex on that thing.
He's trying to shift it.
He's like, I can tell.
Yeah.
Only because he's a demigod.
Yeah,
Rose is very clean.
it's hanging. It's just hanging off, and it's so firm, and there's not a lot of comfort.
Good.
And so yeah. I mean, tell me what happens next. You're home.
Let's go in.
I would be like, as we get him to the threshold, like,
You ready to catch him?
I gotta imagine like the 4 of us would just be like,
Yeah.
is it gonna go through the
waiting.
door?
You know, like,
Make it through the
we
door.
like all put
door?
a hand on a shoulder,
Yeah.
like we're like
Like,
Wherever he
trying
goes,
to-
we go too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so we all have hands on his body.
Yeah.
On his raw skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On his haunch.
And we're just sort of shuffling into,
Yeah.
like surrounding him and
we're all-
shuffling
yeah.
towards, and just like prisoner, we got a prisoner. People are eating. There's a naked man with like a reeking horse blanket. Prisoner incoming. Look away. Enjoy your meals.
Prophet snaps her fingers a couple times and points upstairs. Like,
That's where we will take him. Shuffle.
yes, you will.
Yeah.
Sorry for the show, everybody.
Yes, we're all very sorry.
Oh, there's not a private entrance to the upstairs.
How many people are there? How many meals do we ruin?
Real full crowd.
Yeah.
Lunch rush?
There's about 8.
What time of day is it?
This is about 1:30
Okay.
afternoon.
So like we're
So
all
we
doing
ruined the
this.
lunch crowd.
Yeah, we're all doing this. He's facing forward. I'm facing him face to face, moving backwards. Just like smiling at him. Like,
Like, I'm so mad at you, but
gonna be-
smiling the whole time.
How's he? All right? Is this okay? My tail's just hitting meals, knocking over drinks.
No, Onyx jumps over the tail as it swings through.
I don't get that. Don't get me started on that thing.
All right, let's take him up to the common area and put him in that room.
The smell of Prafa is clearly hard at work. Anytime she's not bringing something out, she's making sure that a pot of strawberry jam does not scald.
Yummy.
I go, you want to see my room? And Walnut goes, we'll put him in the common room. I go, you see my room later.
After this blows over.
Yeah, I got this cool stuff.
Me.
I'm going to show you my baseball cards.
So you haul him into the central,
central
room that is completely lockable, has no exterior windows. It does, however, have a massive trophy full of an ever-changing mixture of potions.
Let's get that out of here.
Yeah, I'm dragging that into my room.
Yeah.
To the victor go the spoils.
You get up, dong, it hits the ground. It's like,
Scream.
It's like carving a line in the wood floor.
Yes.
It's just-
Canonically, yes. I carve a trench into
no,
the
it
floor.
stays. You're hearing this drag and scratch, and then in the distance down in the kitchen, you can hear, "Hey!"
It's cool. We've got mending.
Nice. Yeah, I put that in my room and then I lock my room up.
Nice.
And I'm like, under no circumstances, none are you to go in my room.
It's just, I mean, I've been in that room before.
when they were the B team there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he was hooking up with whoever used to be in that room. Who was it?
You want to ask him?
You're gonna ask him? You want to rip that band-aid off?
No. Walnut immediately goes to get mad, and like say something stupid to him. And then she gets sad instead.
No.
Is just moping.
He's just in there saying this, and you just close the door.
Yeah, yeah.
Rosie quietly writes something on a piece of paper. She looks it out. She slaps it on Walnut's door. It says, "No oaks allowed."
Oh, that'll teach him.
And then Dinar writes, "Oaks allowed." That's on his. All oaks welcome.
Okay. Do you have a note that you'd like to put up, Chris? I mean, do you want to be a part of this? Or?
Yeah.
A lot of great oak interactions here. But it seems like this is a great opportunity
What's
for
the
you.
point?
It's just like ambivalence.
Yeah. Just an emoji with like a
The
neutral
upside down
face.
smiley
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
Yes, that's very cathartic.
You come in or not. It's okay. Doesn't matter to me.
So, do we like tie him up? What's the plan?
Um,
Got any magical handcuffs?
should no.
You need a brig.
We do need a
Build
brig.
a brig.
Well,
I can make a shadow prison.
I would just I would just outright ask him. Not that I have reason to trust him, but like you seem amenable in coming along. Am I right in assuming that you could escape at any time that you wanted?
I think I could do a very good job of it. I have reached a point, I think, where I need to answer for some of the things that I've done. I've run from them for a while, and I think they're in a position to overcome me now. So
I'm already working on the paperwork for that. I write in my ledger, hoping that the secretarian sees it.
Yes.
what do you write?
I write, "We have acquired Oak True Strike. Please send."
Have you now?
Yes. Please send a collection team post haste.
Understood.
Wonderful.
Expect them from Waterdeep within the week.
And Walnut writes, "The week? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark." Like she goes all the way to the end of the page.
Flips the page. One big
Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark.
The best part would be like, how the secretary would have to chase you from page to page?
Yes.
It's like,
No.
Is there any response or is there no response?
A week. It may not be a full week. Does that satisfy you?
Walnut just
How high do you want me to push this?
Walnut says, Walnut writes, we're dealing with a demigod. Escalate it as high as possible.
Understood?
Nice.
Cool.
Nice.
Use the D word. Gets you places.
Oh, demigod. Dude, I was really not with you. Oh,
Did I
fantastic.
say D?
That's what
You got a new name.
we're dealing with a dick.
You get him and that massive hog out of here.
No, they need one of those things like that you get like to wrap up like a garden hose. You need that, like just put it right there and then just get it around.
That spool. Yeah. Yeah.
Please. Please.
And yeah, if you do you come back out? I was gonna say it's
Yeah.
a conversation, and it can be any length you want. It's pretty. It's just based on your choice. Or are you bound by certain physiological?
God.
He sits down in the corner and then just puts the blanket in front of him and leans back and closes his eyes.
I
Nice.
take it to mean that you want to. You'd like to sleep now.
So you decide to communicate with him telepathically.
Yeah.
Yes!
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Oh
Great.
boy.
So where are we gonna put this guy?
Yeah.
Just keep him there.
Maybe we don't need to lock him up. I mean, it's up to you, really. Do you feel comfortable? He turned himself in. He seems to want to answer for something. Do you trust him to stay here of his own volition, or do you want us to put the hurting on him?
I don't trust him, but he also seems to have come on his own accord, and I don't know what he would have to gain from tricking us this far.
Just inconveniencing you, which has historically been very exciting for him.
You're right. We should tie him up.
Grandmother's rope.
Let me float something else out to you, and you're welcome to say no, which is maybe a great idea. But I suspect that at this point we have more to worry about from him than from me. And I am wearing a power transfer necklace
Oh.
that you could use to render him unconscious.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yes. Oh, your kink relationship has
Oh,
moved.
dude, this is
Oak the
is
sub.
so
Oak
sexy.
the sub.
yeah, this is a coloring ceremony.
Okay. Got to talk about that on Table Talk, whatever that is. So
I don't know what it is.
Exactly what it sounds like.
Rosie looks
Cute.
at Kithris and kind of like gives him a side eye. And she's like, this is exactly what a very clever warlock would say if he was about to pull some shit on us.
It is. It is.
I think
You have no way of knowing.
life.
Yeah. All these problems.
I think that I have enough charges that I can create and restore a shadow prison or shadow manacles or whatever sexy shadow bindings we're gonna do
Yeah, in your shadow fuck room.
for the next week.
Yeah, I was going to say, it doesn't have to be that he's like behind bars, but it's like a house arrest
Yeah,
scenario.
we could just go get some normal rope.
No.
What a
Give him a
quandary.
shadow anklet.
All right, all right, all right. I'd do it.
All right.
That was so cute.
Tell me more about this design then.
Okay. So it's pretty beefy, and it is going to manacle his well-turned ankle to the chair that he has sat down upon to trance. And he's in the common room, so like he has breathing air.
Can run of the place.
Yep. He can.
Air has access.
Yes. Yeah. But he is going to be shackled to that chair. I will not suffer him to walk around this place because God only knows what 2 feet can get him. So he's going to stay in this chair.
Yeah.
And that's going to be what happens until that that shadow power dissolves.
It's torture because he's in the common room, so Dinar can just sit and talk to him.
Oh, absolutely. And he can be
entire time.
interrogated by Caprice about his wiener.
That's right.
It's good.
But it could be simultaneous.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's gonna be like, oh, I'm not gonna go in there, but I'm gonna use this, and then Dinar will be like, well, listen, I got these great cards. Every one of them is different. You'll see.
Yeah, love it.
Do you know about these cards? Don't worry, I'm gonna walk you through the whole thing.
Which room is? I think your room was my room. I was like, did you see the thing? The one floorboard's loose. That's weird. Just
Trying to
talking
bond
nonsense.
him?
Yeah.
Are you talking to him? You certainly can.
I thought he went to sleep. Is he fake sleeping?
Well, I mean, I don't know. That doesn't mean that you're not in there talking to him.
I thought he was. I thought he was disengaging from everyone. I wasn't gonna,
He says, I just want to make sure I respect Oak Tree Strike.
I wasn't gonna push the matter. Yeah.
That's funny.
Dinar is just like, look, it feels like a betrayal of our friendship, but we should tie him up. I don't want him to leave again.
God.
All right, so he's tied up. Do we still have most of a day? Yeah. Like a
Yeah.
day.
Oh my
daytime?
gosh. Absolutely. You got time galore.
Yeah, what
Like
are they?
you are at your home, and there are no jobs in the box.
Okay.
Day off.
Are we rested?
It's time to
Did
be
we rest
here.
in the car?
Is it the beach
Yes.
episode? Finally.
Finally.
Oh, the beach episode.
We'll throw the whole chair with Oak right in the cart.
Dinar, you do have homework to do.
Ooh,
Yeah, I need my
she's
papers.
right.
I relinquish them and I say, as long as they don't go back in the
Let's
bag.
go.
No, because there's just clean up. They just got refunded.
I get out my
Just
fantasy
one-
steamer.
Fantasy steamer.
Now, Dinar has to complete those without anyone else's help, right?
It's true.
Like you can't even be there to tell him that he spelled something wrong.
Well, it says you shouldn't need help.
True.
That's what it says.
that is what
That
it
is
says.
what
That's what it says.
Fair enough.
Correct. So, explore the space. Tell me how you begin. So, where are you going to undertake this effort?
Dinar's gonna do it
You
in
wanna-
the common room
in the
on a
upstairs?
table
Oh, right by.
near Oak.
Absolutely.
That's cheating.
Why?
Having a higher level decisionist in the room with you while you do it.
That's true. That's true. But not if he refuses to talk to you.
It's not. It doesn't say anywhere in the rules that a dog can't play football.
Exactly.
We got an earbud. I'm sorry.
We got an earbud.
So in the corner, so you settle down at the chair. It's like a flip down type bureau style
Yeah.
desk. You scooch.
Puts on like comically small glasses
Oh,
and
but
like a little.
no, but dude, they have
Yeah.
to. But it's like they wouldn't even go up here. Like they'd have to go like down by the
Yeah,
snout.
they're just like
No.
Absolutely. And Oak, as he sees you getting ready, and he sees the sheaf of papers, and he says, "Rank 2."
maybe. And
Enjoy.
he goes like this.
Enjoy. That's
There's a lot of this.
all I can say.
Like a solid 45 minutes of prep without ever doing work. Just like everything. Oh, need a new
Look at this.
pen. Yeah.
Got my ink pots pretty full.
every excuse not to do it. Just like
Gets everything at 90-degree angle.
okay.
Gonna do this work.
You do need to do this for 45 minutes, I'm afraid.
Okay.
No, but the whole time they've been facing down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're like they're not collated or anything. They're just like there's some wrong documents in here. There's like other miscolored pages. Just like
Receipt.
oof, important stuff.
Getting it done.
Get it done. Hard work.
There's a towel in there.
Yeah. Just grab it. Oh, mop off that sweat. Whew.
It's like you've managed to develop a sweat gland
Yeah. Sweat between the scales.
in the intervening period.
Walnut's doing that thing that cats do with like the ink well, just going,
Oh, just like a little
inching
bit,
it closer.
just like a little
Yeah.
bit closer. You just want to see. You just want to see part of the process.
I just want to see him get started. I know it's like a parent with their kid in homework. It's just like if he gets started, I know he'll be
Yeah.
okay.
He doesn't have a problem doing the work. That's
Yeah.
not the issue.
That's not the issue here.
So Cthulhu will, like, at the sight of all of this, it's like, "Hey, everything well in hand. Okay. And I take the that my father's research knife, so I could spend some time in that pocket dimension of study.
Can I come in?
I don't know. I get you probably can, but how would it
Can you
work?
stab me too?
Could have stored. Okay, there.
Well, let's see. I could stab you with it,
Yeah.
and then it's just gonna hang in the air.
Yeah.
And then I could just drive my face into it where it's floating in the air, and maybe I'll also go in.
Okay.
Can you not grab it once it's hanging? Can someone not grab it?
I don't know, actually. We've never tried. I thought it just sat where it was, like, fixed.
Should offer just to stab them both.
Yeah, well, no, would you just stab both of
Yeah.
us?
No.
Well, I was just going to say this is definitely getting back into this power exchange thing. So is that something you want to try?
Yeah.
Blood sports?
Scientifically interesting. Yeah, absolutely.
Just give it a shot.
Describe what that process looks like. I mean, I really like all of you, but I would have a hard time if you tried to put a knife into my eye.
I have no trouble with doing it
To yourself.
to myself.
No.
I don't have trouble with doing it to anybody, especially knowing that this knife is not a one that leaves a wound. It seems scary, but
Yeah.
it's fine.
What if it only works in your family?
It just kills the other person.
What if you just stab me in the eye and I die? Yeah.
Well, see, so Cthulhu has never
memory.
tested this, which now occurs to me. If I was to stab myself with it and it lingers in the air, could somebody like use this as a ladder? What's the load-bearing component of this thing floating in the air?
It's substantial.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it like match my weight or some other?
You could do a
unknown
pull
number?
up on it. Yeah.
Very strange. All right. Look, I don't know how deep the knife has to go in. I like to put it in the whole way every time. But after I go in, if you just want to like a little cut,
Yeah, sure.
You're
Does
not
it
afraid.
hurt? Does it hurt when you put it in there?
I don't know that I'd notice if it does or
Oh,
not.
okay, okay.
Maybe. Probably hurts a lot. I don't know.
All right.
Does it hurt?
No.
Feels good. The opposite of hurt.
Great. All
It's a
right.
great one.
It only feels cold.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'll
It's
try.
like going to the doctor.
Can you so you're taller than me. Would you mind kneeling before you
Yeah, I
stab
get
yourself in the eye?
down, to a height where you can choose.
Thank
I
you.
even go a little bit lower so you can select if you wanted to go in your
organs.
guts or something.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I just go ahead and plunge it in.
Okay.
And I assume I'm gone.
He vanishes.
Instantly.
Yeah, and in this space.
Okay.
And then at that moment, you can see almost just a flash, like from the tip of the blade to the hilt, as Cthulhu disappears.
Okay. Okay. Rosie lines up the middle of her forehead with this blade. And she says to Walnut, very chipper, she's like, "Here I go." And then sort of gently pushes into the tip of the blade.
Yeah. It's as soon as you commit to it, you don't know what would happen if you didn't decide.
Yeah.
But as soon as you commit to it, you are in another place, like so fast that you have to catch yourself.
Okay. Ooh.
And then behind you, you can see that there is a door that is open just a crack. And the light in this crack mirrors the light that is on the edge of the blade.
Ah, okay. Cool.
But this is massive. Like this is a substantial volume of space. And it is utterly stacked with books, alchemical apparatus, and from a home interior decorating perspective, it is very much of a piece with what you saw when you were in the family mansion.
I see.
And I think you can tell too, like the difference between however my father left it and my own studying techniques, where it's like, this is very well, it's still organized and clearly he had a project here he was working on. But then where Cthulhu has taken over, it's just stacks and it's very cluttered and discarded. But
Yeah.
I was working on something over here that
It's like when you see some kind of a fungal rot has taken root, like in a branch or a trunk. Like it looks like the room has contracted an illness on this side,
Nice.
and it is bleeding books.
it's fatal. It's fatal.
Cool.
What brings you to my knife?
I think just curiosity, and also I didn't totally believe you, which I think is fair.
Where did you think I went?
I don't know. I really don't. I was not expecting literally exactly what you said, which is really cool. Are these all your dad's books?
I think so. And so what Cthulhu has been doing, and what I want to continue to do, is like figure out where the crossover is between this unity god, this symbol, and his
And the
focus.
earth.
Yeah, and if like I'm compiling as much material as I can to try and see how they relate.
You want to try to create a kind of table, like a divine table of elements, almost.
Yeah, I would want to know how they
The
how they work
relationships.
together. And can I
certain
use that
basic
relationship?
divines to project? Maybe.
You're right.
Absolutely. I support this project 100%.
I think this is the kind of situation where Rosie would settle down with some books that she picks out that are probably all astronomy related. And she's quietly sitting in a chair that's too big for her. And Cthulhu is every 30 fucking seconds. Cthulhu is like, oh, I just also found this. Like, oh, and did you know, I actually read this earlier. She's like,
But it's is it? I don't know if you look at me. I don't know if it's to you though. It's just to
no,
himself.
it's to
Yeah.
yourself. Yeah. But she just like, she's learning what it's like when Cthulhu studies. And it's loud.
It's not like a library. It's a nega
It
library.
is. It is.
A humming.
There are books that focus on astronomy, but it's odd. I mean, so the astronomy texts that you're familiar with describe a star-filled sky from a fixed location, and these books describe stars as being in a kind of ocean. A place of depth, not just the points of light that you can reference based on their ratios to one another, but existing in a kind of sea.
Like a body you can traverse.
Exactly. Exactly. So the diagrams are very, very different as a result.
Interesting. Do I have any point of reference when viewing these diagrams of being able to say, like, so this is the point from which I was always taught about the sky, but I see it now in a different, almost like going from 2D to 3D.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we've been using history, as I recall.
Yeah, for cartography
And
stuff.
there's a couple of reasons I like that. One, it's int-based. And I think that a lot of these types of transforms are actually going to be fundamentally mathematical
Okay.
in nature. And Rosie's very clever, so I think that it's a good mix.
Okay.
But absolutely, so you're going to try to mine these
Yeah.
for
And I'll
a
take it-
different type of information.
Yeah, I'll take advantage too. This seems important. Ooh, it's a 19 plus
Real
4.
good.
It's 5 plus 4. So I'll take the 23.
Alex,
Yeah. Take 23 for astronomy, Alex.
absolutely. So it was always true. Like you've always had to. It'd be like if you learned a language late in life, it's never going to be direct. Even your knowledge of the sky over the Forgotten Realms there's always like a little catch. You always have to sort of fix the perspective from what you were taught, and your basic knowledge, your fundamental astronomy knowledge, is from another perspective in this ocean. It is not like it's like you're always doing a simple calculation. Now it's painless. It's like, oh, okay, it's a bibliothèque. Yeah, it's a library, but there's always that catch. your knowledge is not from this fixed point.
Okay, so there is a
But
fixed
it happened so early. The shift happened so early that it's instinctual now.
Interesting. So what I'm discovering is that the knowledge that I have of the stars in the Forgotten Realms is not my native knowledge.
Correct. And it's so you're so intimate with it that until you had seen it in this diagram expressed in this cold mathematical way, you wouldn't have picked up that distinction.
Okay.
The cold ways are the best ways. I found.
I don't think she would share that just yet with you.
That doesn't sound like Rosie, does it?
No. That sounds like something that she would be very. That's a pretty huge revelation. Are there any other memories that are coming up with that are associated with that?
Absolutely. Let's see. What would be a fun way to do it?
How about a stealth check?
Just like that.
You good at that?
Why don't you give me religion?
Oh my gosh. Okay. I gotta take advantage again because I'm dreadful at religion. Oh, do better, Rosie. Do better. No,
But you
it's
can
lucky. Do lucky.
Reroll that one.
Come on. Okay, 16.
Much better. Tell me exactly at 16. Tell me exactly what you're trying to figure out.
Okay, so if my perspective on the
You
night
want
sky,
you want a memory.
yeah, like that would be something that I would think that would trigger.
Oh no, I know exactly what the memory is.
Okay.
I know exactly what the memory is. There is a like as you're looking at these diagrams in this book. The light is very exciting. As you're looking at the diagram in this book, and it's almost for a moment the diagram also seems to take on a kind of depth, like almost that you can reach into.
Okay.
And there is like a moment, a flash, where you're looking up and your father is so tall in comparison to you. And he has let you take the tiller. And this feels important. Like this moment is buried somewhere special, somewhere safe. And as you look off to the left, just right off the port bow, you can see a massive ship, immense in length, trailing a kind of rainbow dust in its wake. And you are both situated not in an ocean, but in this star sea.
Does this memory feel genuine to me?
It doesn't. It seems like it seems real.
Okay.
But you've been invited into a bizarre intellectual
You and my dad's night
cult,
now.
cult crucible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's it. You can feel it in your scalp. Like you don't think this is
Shit.
pretend, and you don't think you're inheriting it from this context. You think that this is absolute
Okay.
and true. What's going on over on this side of the table?
Tanar?
Are you ready to get to work?
Dinara has been looking like he is working and hasn't done anything in like an hour. And he's just like shuffling through the papers. And to an outsider, it looks like he was doing something. He's kind of like got a concentrating look on his face, but he's not really.
One that's gonna come over and be like, Tanar, please do your paperwork.
And like Walnut sees underneath the very top sheet, the second sheet is like is the letter that he got from earlier, and he's just been rereading that over and over, and he was like hiding it a little bit, like that's what he was doing
Aww.
instead of working.
Are you passing notes? No. Okay.
Past one note, I guess.
One that says, I can't write for you. Maybe I could help you.
Could write for me.
I can't write for you. We saw what happened last time I tried to write for you. It didn't work.
What if I?
I'm not gonna ghost do this either.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. What if Dinar holds the pencil and then you just guide his hand?
And Oak watch it.
And watch it. Maybe we could do that. We could try it.
Yeah.
You really don't want to do your own paperwork.
He is just kind of like distracted. Yeah. He's
Poor
easily
child.
distracted.
Well, it goes, okay, all right, let's try it. So what we had like a name field, right? Something easy.
No.
Oh, the name field is.
No. Describe the ghost part.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, give me the whole thing.
So he's got like
This
a
massive dragonborn.
big
Yeah.
hand,
Big
right?
claw.
So much hand.
So she takes
And a little quill in it.
No, but between like the thumb and forefinger.
Yeah.
she puts one hand over his hand, and that feels weirdly intimate. So she puts both hands over it, so she can like do like a planchette type of
Ouija
thing.
board.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it becomes a divinatory act.
Yeah. And so she uses that to try and write Dinar Blitzen in the name field.
He just spells his name wrong.
She does.
Yeah.
She spells it wrong.
And he just, now someone else is doing it for him. So he just checks out. This was the game from the start. It was like when Rosie taught him to cook and he got mad because he's like, now I have to do it for myself. It's like, someone's doing it for me.
Is
Leave your body.
is this a sleep opportunity?
Yeah, maybe he tries to get a quick little catnap in.
Little catnap. Okay.
Does anything happen?
Yeah, exactly. So his bulk is there, and it is substantial, especially against the tiny wooden chair and the little fold-out desk, and the hand that you're guiding just becomes a little more slack, and then there's just a rumble through the snout, like.
So I'm assuming there's information I need from him, so I keep having to wake him up.
You know what though?
What?
You can read it and see.
Okay. All right. What do I have to? What's the first thing that I say?
Welcome to Form DC2 Inaugural.
Right.
The very first question is a multiple choice question.
Okay. What's it say?
It says, I am, and the first choice is handsome, and the second choice is strong.
Oh no.
Jeez.
Dinar or Walnut looks at Dinar.
Just drooling.
Yeah, and she checks strong really fast.
I am confident or respected.
She says confident.
Zero hesitation.
Yeah.
I am skilled or intelligent.
Skilled. She looks for a third option. And then she
Just
says skilled.
writing in another box.
It goes on like this for several pages.
Then know that she always picks the least complimentary
Always.
When it's possible.
when possible.
When it's possible. So as I said, I mean, that just this sort of like Cosmo tier, like Facebook quiz, like what Jedi are you type shit.
Yeah.
And it goes on for a while.
Multiple choice is fun though.
And then you flip one more page, and the next page is completely top to bottom indecipherable.
Oh man.
You think that it is, I mean, it's not Druidic, you would know intrinsically. Like you look at those symbols and just know what they mean. It isn't even like a language, right?
Oh.
This is not that. You think it could be some kind of either ancient or mystical script.
I see.
The symbols themselves seem to resent somehow being written on a page.
So I shake Dinar.
Eh.
Look at this.
Eh.
Would you get up and look at this?
I decide I don't want to.
Well, it goes.
And then he looks at his papers. Do I win?
You passed the test.
Is this the test?
I go. I can't read this last page. Can you read it?
All right. All right. I'll save the day again.
Can you read it all?
I can read esque.
Oh.
There's
Ryan,
degrees of reading.
can you pause for a second? Do you have Doug Funny fan art on the back of your character sheets?
No, I was just doodling.
Okay.
Just doodling Doug
Just
Funny.
Just doodling Doug Funny.
Yeah, yeah.
Does kind of look like Doug, though.
Does kind of look like Doug.
All right, so I read it. Is it in Draconic?
No,
Oh, can I read it?
no,
Oh.
no. This is clearly. This is not a language that you know, and it may not be a language at all, but it is. It seems mystical in origin.
And there's places to fill stuff out?
Yeah. It looks like the other documents,
Oh.
but
But it's just in a
the
weird way.
script is incomprehensible. It's not gibberish. Like it's clearly regular and routine. Yeah, exactly.
Like Pig Latin?
No.
Ah!
No, it's you just see a schooner. Like you just see
Yes,
the eyes
big
crossed.
dolphin. Yeah.
Magic eye.
If A, U, A, N, K, Idre, this is they.
Oh my god. He's enchanted.
Be gone, demon. Was there a cipher or anything?
There didn't
On
seem-
on
there-
previous page?
You missed a lot. You missed a lot of
That's true.
pages there, early on.
What did you do? Why isn't this done yet?
What did you do?
I did as much as I could. I can't read this.
Ugh.
Can, listen.
I wrestled my hand.
Oh, sorry. We do have someone that's probably filled this paperwork out before in the room. And I would not condone cheating, but maybe we could consider it under the circumstances tutoring.
Do we know? This is Ryan talking. Do we know what his role was?
He was a
previous?
decisionist.
Was he? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he told you that.
Well, he just said yeah. He just winked and said yeah. That's how we communicate. He and I don't know.
We're just friends.
Didn't infer that he
Do all
was the
the time.
decisionist. All right. So yeah, Dinar would ask him. Yeah.
In the corner.
Yeah. Just say, what's this page? You did this. What does this page mean?
These documents get made per team. The test is never going to be the same. It's based on the team the decisionist works with.
Well, then it has to be something that somebody can read. And it said you shouldn't need any help, so it should be something that you can read.
What level decisionist did you make it to? Best friend.
Third.
So cool.
He says, "Yeah, I was the only one," and then he just.
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah, it's so cool. This is a language. It doesn't look like anything I've seen before. I'm stumped.
Yeah.
You know who
what-
could help us? Is Knife Boy over there. I just look at the knife hanging in the...
It's just perched there precariously. Like you want to avoid when you walk by it to leave. Like you have to be careful about this knife.
Yeah, it's groin level right now, so you really gotta look
So
out for
yeah,
that.
get your shit
Yikes.
together.
Yeah.
When this knife's a floating, don't.
Come over.
Don't start voting.
Don't
Yeah.
Do start
Something,
voting.
something a boating.
yeah, something.
Yeah.
Get it off a boat.
Something Bodie.
Yeah.
I say, Cthulhu could read this.
Hope so.
Well, yeah, because he can read anything, right?
He can read anything. But this is made for you.
Whatever it takes to not have to do it myself.
Thank God, a solution.
Yeah.
It's like a,
Look,
a
this
name
is the
that's not
ultimate
mine.
decisionist. I'm deciding that someone else should do it for me. Delegation should be part of this. Am I right, Oak?
I'm just wondering, what if we... All right, we'll get Cthulhu. Well, it's like trying to figure out a way to like solve this document puzzle, but then is also just like, I get nothing out of this.
It's true.
I get nothing out of this.
Checked out.
Walnut goes up to the knife and stabs her hand with it.
Doesn't work.
Just there's only
Oh my god!
You cut your hand like
Really?
bad.
Walnut goes,
Oh
"Ah!"
no.
No!
go goo.
I I gotta
Like
take
it's
care of
dripping
this.
on the floor.
Oh man.
I use one of my heels on myself.
Oak says, "I can." Do you need help?
No, I don't need help. I'm perfectly capable of dealing with this on my own. I certainly don't need the likes of you.
Okay.
And I use cure wounds. Does it do anything?
Doesn't matter. Yeah. This is just a normal wound. It just doesn't. It doesn't want to intersect with hands.
So then I look back at Oak and I go, see? Wave my hand in his face. Like, no holes in this.
Yeah, great hand. Come check it out.
I guess we just gotta wait until they come out then.
Or you gotta stab yourself in the eye.
Or stab yourself in the face. Yeah.
Absolutely not would she do that. In no world.
That's sensible.
That
Rosie's
does-
brave.
That is very sensible, actually.
I think that's cool though because
You hear a cry outside, like from the crack of the door. You hear
Whoa.
But like in like a cool sounding
yeah.
way.
You're like ah.
yeah.
Yow.
Yeah, no, no. It's the CSI thing. It's the
Ouch. Just a moment, and I'll come out of the knife.
Okay.
this place without Cathris's noise, like which before had made reading so difficult. This becomes a kind of oppressive mausoleum.
Ooh.
Like it's haunted as fuck.
Oh.
You just know, like you know in your heart, you know that it is Ghostville races.
Okay.
Sing this song.
Does it feel boo boo? Does it feel like his dad?
It would require.
You don't know my
It was-
dad. Get out of here.
Daddy.
Dad Drob. Are you with us tonight? While Rosie is by herself, she is going to snatch this book up and secret it on her person where Chris can't see her theft. I don't have any speak with dead or anything, but I guess with him gone, I think she probably believes in that kind of shit.
Yeah, it's all going to come down to her personal experience. I mean, you know that a ghost is real. Ghosts are impressive in D&D.
Yeah, and
Are
they can
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
you up. Sure.
Big deal.
Really? I guess she would speak. She'd be like, "Is there anyone here?"
It just echoes.
Okay. Cool. Just checking.
It echoes a couple times and then it echoes again, but the quality and texture of the voice changes until it's like a whisper.
That's so creepy.
Is it whispering what I said, or is it
Yes,
whispering
no, it
something?
starts out like an echo and then it's something else.
Does it seem malevolent?
Thoroughly.
Oh, geez.
Mocking
Well,
what you said.
Somewhere in the distance of the room, you think it's a book. Something heavy thuds.
okay. Can I do a perception or investigation or something to see?
Yeah, you
if
can
there's
you
anything?
can perceive whatever you like.
Okay, I'm gonna try it.
You see a huge fucking ghost
It's a 19. It's a
running
19.
up. Oh,
Big muscle ghost.
oh shit! He's not messing around. This
Oh
guy.
man.
19.
Yes, 19. That's quite good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, listen, you did a good job, kid. You're doing all right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You did a great job. You did a
No,
great
good
job.
enough.
You did a great job.
Jerry's Googling something.
Ghosts.
I don't know what it is. Ghosts.
Like easy
What
ghost
scary ghosts are
encounter.
there?
Yeah.
No, scariest. No. It's scariest ghost? Question mark.
Yeah.
Because they'll get a little afraid to find out. I want to see something, but don't take me the whole way.
Minus jump scare.
Yeah.
So you're just trying to find the source of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's deep in the racks of
Okay.
books.
Nice.
Okay. And it's just a thudding book.
It's a thud of some kind.
Okay. I ain't afraid of no books. I am a little afraid of books, but I'm gonna. I'm going to use intimidation this time. And I'm going to be like, listen, I've been on this, I think, this realm for like 120 years, minus 20, long story. You can't frighten me with your fucking sorcerer's ways back there. It's an 8.
Oh.
I'm going to use intimidation. Echo. Excuse me.
I'm old and I don't care.
You can see a shape, like you're trying to intimidate the literal darkness,
Yeah.
and you can see a shape, like a silhouette, approaching you in the dim light between these shelves that seem to stretch out farther than you can truly see. Like
Okay.
you're not sure how vast this library is, but it is not. This is not the edited version.
This ain't the clean version.
That's right.
Rosie, she's like, okay. Well, she pushes herself out of her chair. She's got her staff. She leans on it. She's like, just come on, you're menacing me. I get it. We just skip to the encounter here. It's fine.
Attack the darkness.
I will. Attack the darkness.
Exactly. The closer you get to the doorway, which is where the true light that people work in this place in, the individual becomes more and more clear, and eventually she comes to the point where the light catches up with her full height, and it is Moral Colbleth. She says, "You're 4 feet tall.
I know. 2 foot 11 and a half, actually.
You're not going to intimidate me that way.
I wouldn't have thought I would have had to. What are you doing
I
here?
don't even know why you tried. And
You're dropping
this
books
is
over there.
not-
It was spooky.
this is not your father's library. And I
No.
think it's strange that you're here.
I was an honored guest of Cthulhu Straub. And he just stepped out for a second.
And he let you in.
He did. Voluntarily. Why would I be? He's my dear friend.
I don't see him here.
He's just outside.
What's under your robe there?
Uh-oh.
You gotta buy me dinner first.
That's there.
That's pretty good.
Moral's like, that's pretty good. It just fades into the
That's pretty good. That's
all
pretty good.
done.
She goes, she comes out into the foyer and then begins to undo some of the damage that Cthulhu has done to the library.
I see. Does
You,
that
you think over a long enough period of time, the two of them will redo the entire library. Everything will be exactly on the opposite side. It may take several hundred years, but they will
they've got
eventually
the time.
churn this entire place.
Rosie will glance toward the crack in the door and back at Moral and say, "Is this your father's library?"
Yes.
Okay. So, just doing some simple math in my head, you and Cthulhu are related?
What did you think was happening?
Listen, there's a whole, like, you not being the same color and the color being his whole situation. And I feel like we did some straight up checks with our dice to determine this, and we were not successful.
It's true.
So yeah, this comes as a little bit of a surprise to Rosie. Kate thinks this is quite predictable, but Rosie's
It's the ice. The ice.
no, but Rosie's like, Cthulhu doesn't have any living relatives that we're aware of, so this is very exciting. This is huge. Am I sensing this malevolence from her specifically?
No, you think this place has something in it.
Okay. Can I ask her, does she have that same sort of sense of foreboding being here?
Well, describe what you're talking about.
So I look around, she says, I'm sorry I was talking shit to you. I really thought you were some kind of evil ghost because it feels like an evil ghost lives here. Do you feel that?
In what
You don't feel it?
way?
I mean, just like sit with it for a second. You're gonna feel like a ghost wants to bite your throat out, right? Am I wrong? Just me?
I'm not getting a ghost thing.
Okay. It's probably because I don't belong here. And I'm not your dad's kid,
Well,
although I may be his grandmother.
yeah, there's every possibility.
Yeah.
Certainly. It would surprise me, but
Rosie will actually attempt to help Moral with the chaos and say, does Cthulhu know you're here?
I try not to be here when he's here.
I feel like you two would have a lot to talk about.
I feel like our conversations would become very complicated very quickly.
Yeah, you've apparently had conversations with Cthulhu before. I don't know. I think you should reconsider that. Listen. Can
Well,
you...
at that time, when the time is right, we have a neutral meeting place.
Do I need to keep this secret for you?
That's my preference.
You promise you won't hurt him?
I promise.
Wow. She really made a meal of that moment.
Really sat on that one for a while. All right. Well, Rosie believes her for now.
The two of you make as quick a work as you can of these meticulously laid out books of Cthulhu's. And you see her, she turns back, wants to look at you, gives you a nod, and she disappears into the other side. And then you can see deep in the library.
Yeah, I want to kind of follow her.
You can see another green flash.
Okay. She's got her own passageway.
It's true. Oh, hey, hold on. We're at our break, aren't we?
Oh, yeah.
Alyssa. Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Sorry, I got super distracted there.
swept up in the beautiful
no,
narrative.
we were having a super good time. Hey, Shadow Council, Mayor Labors, please you. We're gonna go to our break, and then we're gonna come back and have more fun. So don't go nowhere. See ya. Hello, I'm Jerford K. Horkins, and this is Tessie Teams. Hey, so when we saw our heroes, some of them were hanging out with mysterious drow inside of a mental knife. The other drow that was in the mental knife has emerged at the request of Walnut Dawn Grass, Documenter Rank 2 of Acquisitions Incorporated.
Now
We
it's
now
all in
enter our
trouble.
scene.
Yes. We're having a great time on the knife, by the way.
That's great.
There's been a lot of work done. I'm just hanging out. It's quiet in there. It's nice to have somebody in there. You got a knife? You guys want to get a knife?
I tried to get in the knife. It doesn't work if you use your hand.
No, you have to plunge it in. It can't be an accident, so you don't discover the study by accident. You have to jam it right into the socket.
No, thank you.
Do we see your eyes at this point too? Do you come out just full of creepy eyes?
Yeah, I think so. I'm adjusting it when I come back out.
Oh yeah, exactly. Just blink, 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 blink,
It's
blink.
like I enter the door and I have to adjust my robe.
Do you keep the blindfold on over your creepy eyes?
Yeah, up to this point I have for the
see.
most part. Yeah.
They're faceted. I'm furious.
But fascinated.
I get it.
Too faceted, too furious.
Yes. So anyway, we could do this in the knife, or I help you out here.
There was a time and a place for the knife. I'm sure it's lovely. I'll go in later.
It's great.
But you need to do my homework for me.
Yes.
I've decided that you have to do my homework for me. Just keep leaning in real hard on this. Everything is like decided. I've decided you have to read this.
I do what I want all the time. Yes, sir. And look at that. I'll do it for you. So, am I able to read it?
Oh yeah, it's
It's a
painless.
joke.
Well, no, it's just painless. Like there's no labor involved in it.
Do I recognize
At all.
the script?
Indeed, it's simply it's like a magical form of notation, but here it's not being used to contain a spell. It's being used simply as a cipher. but it would be a cipher that couldn't be read unless you were trained in specific skills.
Interesting. Interesting. What a puzzle
There is a
is presented.
there is a blank at the bottom of the sheet that is awaiting a answer,
Okay.
and you can write in the same hidden script if you'd like. So you should know, for podcast listeners, I
Chris
have
is smiling.
Chris is smiling because he you know what, he has fun. He has a good time.
He's always smiling.
But
a happy
but
guy.
I have given
Sweet boy.
I have given Cthulhu what it says, and I've given it to him on a piece of paper, and he is the only one who knows what it says. But it's up to him what he does with that information.
Oh my! What a! I'm looking at it as though it's there. It's full of clever questions that I'm wondering if you'll be able to answer them. And I'm like, wow, this is a pretty important test for you to take. It's like I got a lot more respect for you given these kinds of things. A lot of work goes into being a decisionist.
Yeah, more?
This is but do I recognize what the script is at all, or it's
Absolutely.
just
Oh, absolutely. So it's the same thing. It's the same notation you would use to construct a scroll. Like you would use it as a magical form of notation, but here it's not imbued with any force. It's simply being used as a cipher.
okay? Yeah.
It's a drow. For the love of Vars Malus. Tell me what the hell is on this paper.
No worries.
Hammond and Holland.
Now here's another question as I'm looking at it. It's coming.
What's the temperature like in the room?
He's hemming and hawing.
Yeah.
And like a 1-to-1 ratio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not giving authority either.
Yeah, it's Cthulhu Straub's new. It's the new album from Cthulhu Straub, Hem/Haw.
Give or take. It's like a double LP. So no, but my question is, we know that on here there's one question being asked.
Indeed, indeed,
Is it formatted on there to make it look like
yes,
it's multiple?
It looks like it is a very
Okay.
elaborate, multiple choice thingamajig, but there really is just a primary field at the bottom right that is clearly where the answer is supposed to be laid.
Myliki, I can understand why you wouldn't be able to read this script, but don't worry, I will dictate it to Dinar so you can answer it appropriately. Meanwhile, Dinar, what languages do you speak? That's one of the questions on here.
Common, Draconic, and Celestial.
Okay, it's good to know. It's important that you don't speak Elvish, so I turn to you.
Yeah.
Here's where, but this is in common. Here's where some of these characters would have thrown you off, and now in Elvish. Who sent this? Because it says, Horde's person Cthulhu Draub, Prince Dinar Blitzen is rash, petulant, and arrogant. At Acquisitions Incorporated, we have available several decisionists of erudition and even temper. Consider Jorman Gode, Ranger of the Spine, who sought his lost Horde's person for 2 weeks while hunted by dark dreams. Do you request another decisionist? Now back in common. And so some of the characters are slanted this way.
I see. And then in Elvish. Now that's great. Are we considering this?
Who sent this? Why would they say this? They refer to him as Prince. So who's at the Home Office? Would I have any idea who could have added this?
Well, you know that the Home Office has information on every, like robust information on every member of the party, because every member of the party applied for a tranche of the license. So in this case, this is not secret knowledge.
Yeah.
No,
But this
no.
is almost certainly the work of the entity, one that is called the Secretarian.
Okay, so then I assume you also know that, Walnut.
I would assume that it came from I say it came from head office.
Just like, I didn't think it was that bad.
I go, well, he does keep things from us. We know that.
Aha, yes.
Just
yes.
talking about you in front of him, just nodding and smiling like,
I'll say,
what do I write?
Income, yeah.
Oak shifts underneath a blanket, and he still appears to be asleep, but there is a very clear smile creeping over his face.
And I go, in Elvish, I say, is this part of the test?
It was written to me. Turn to Dinar. What's your favorite language to speak? And put that one right on this line. What? And I read it to like the first 5 words. I'm like, what's your favorite language? I don't know why would they put this in this code, but
Yeah, this is weird. That's a weird question.
you got the wrong test. Did you get a level 3 test? Is this a level 3 that he's going to become level 3 instead of level 2? That's pretty
Is it?
amazing.
Oak
Back in
snorts.
Elvish.
Okay. I'll look at Dinar and ask him. I'll go, Dinar, part
In
of the...
common.
In common, yeah, I
understand.
say in common. Sorry.
Greek.
I go back to
It just
common.
starts in Elvish.
Yeah, it starts
Common.
Elvish, right?
I go, there's a satisfaction survey that's a part of this. How happy are you with your current team?
Be honest.
Yeah, it says be honest, and the forms will know if you're not honest.
This is for me.
I go, okay, all right, well, I won't look, but you write it down. How satisfied you are right here.
Big old 6 out of 10.
And then back into Elvish. Well, what do you think? You gave us 6 out of 10.
Sounds like you could take it or leave it.
I agree.
Think about it and go like 5.
Gonna turn racing
Yeah.
more.
I go,
Ah, yeah.
And then he's like, 7.
"Aw."
It's just all over the place.
It's all over.
Yeah. It's just so indecisive.
I go, yeah, that's great. I say to Kathis, I'm like, any chance we can audition a new one?
We could ask,
Just test drive.
we could ask them.
We could ask them.
Yeah. And the grammar is wrong. I'll correct it. And so, but in the same script, I write on it. Just write, please contact me directly. now it makes sense. And they'll appreciate that.
Oh. Yeah.
You know what? This page probably isn't even important.
The next page looks to be some kind of chart, some kind of like a navigational chart, like a astronomy chart, like you would use to navigate the seas, for example, just purely as a suggestion.
Oh man.
But it has marked in several locations by certain stars. There are fields that need to be filled in, but it's completely blank.
I go, Kathris, would you go and retrieve Rosie and bring her back so that she can help us with these forms? And I look at Dinar and I go, we are gonna get these done.
What is going on?
I don't know, man.
Is this for me or isn't it? Whatever.
I'm surprised it's
Someone else is going to do it. It's fine.
Kathris is like, I'm kind of pissed off at that because why would I be asked to do the decisionist job for him in firing himself? You know what I mean? Like, it's not up to me whether or not we need one. Certainly not. But I'll be back in a moment. And I'll come on back in.
And I still have the book that I stole.
You tucked it.
Yeah, but I try to act casual.
You ready to
like,
take it to the end zone?
Like, I got to do the like weird lean on a desk.
Ow!
It's like you're behind a lamp, like
Yeah.
to hide your.
Yeah. Hey.
Your whole body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have Dinar is filling out his level 2s.
Oh, that's very exciting.
There's
Yeah.
a star chart
Uh-huh.
that
Oh.
you might want to look at.
Okay.
And
And also,
And also, I was entreated by the document in code whether or not we want to get rid of Dinar.
Like,
No, not like, I mean, I don't know. That's one way. But I think they just meant letting him go.
oh wow. So he's on a pip.
But they asked me this directly, and I recount it to you, but with special note to the idea that, number one, this was written to me, and also that it's giving me someone to consider, a ranger of the spine who sought his lost hordes person for 2 weeks while haunted by dark dreams. Why would this confer any truck with me? I don't care. Is he good or not? Does that mean it just means they have a shitty hordes person
It does.
too? They need a new one.
It sounds like this is a guy who would come after you if you were in trouble. Do you think Dinar would?
I do, and I certainly wouldn't. This guy couldn't find him after 2 weeks. Give up.
Yeah.
Get another one.
Yeah.
Idiot. I don't want that. That's dedication a little bit too far.
Sounds like a
I
pretty
wouldn't.
easy
I wouldn't give him
contest.
2 weeks.
You find him. Dinar would find him that day or now.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Forget that he even
No,
existed
yeah.
for the next
He'd
day.
look around the house.
Yeah. Like
What are we
I
doing?
tried.
What are we
You
doing?
all saw it.
All right.
Anyway, but you need to come out and assist with his
All
chart.
right. I'll come out.
Where's my mess? I'll deal with that later. It's okay. This time, though, we'll both exit the knife.
Okay.
And
And then you exit, and the knife sort of hovers in the air a moment, and then begins to fall.
yeah, I'll grab it up
Okay.
and return it to its sheath in
Yeah.
my rib cage.
Sounds like
Stab my own body.
you had quite the test so far.
Yeah. Welcome to my homework.
Yeah.
Glad
Well,
you could make it.
This one. I'm happy to help. Rosie puts on her little grandma glasses.
Nice.
What we got?
Okay, so you're peeking through these lenses at a slice of the night sky, but I mean, it doesn't. There's no check even required. Like it's either comically. It's comically wrong.
Oh, okay.
Comically wrong.
So it's simply not correct, and the only purpose the stars seem to have for being in this configuration is that the space between them.
Space between.
Space between. Okay, la. So anyway, there's language around the edges of these constellations.
Okay.
Just all the blank space is actually the letters are warped and shifted, but they can be read fairly easily.
Oh, okay.
So for your use,
Really mean like a puzzle on the table at like Denny's for kids.
Yeah.
It's like, do you like your dad? Should we get rid of your mom?
let's get rid of him. He's the worst.
Oh no.
See some of these configurations, some of these constellations.
Oh yeah, very.
Somebody's got my number. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. This chart does make a lot of sense to me. And one thing that I know is what languages I speak. So
lot of
that's going to
language
be a
stuff on this
lot of languages.
It's right
It's
on the
weird
front.
to send a thing to me that I
right here?
can't do.
Cool.
What do you got?
I do speak Elvish.
Do they know I'm not enough?
So
weird.
So I'm like, it's like, geez, I don't know what's going on with this test, but I'm being like a little too like familial, like in a kind way, like because I'm like, oh, this poor kid. I'm so sorry. Like,
Dinar?
yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
little too friendly.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Buddies.
cheering you
Like,
up.
what are
You don't need to be cheering
Yeah.
up
What are you
yet.
doing?
It's just this test. It's back in my brain.
So since Rosie wasn't here for the first part, she looks at the three of you and she says in Elvish, does he speak Elvish?
Gladly, he does
Dinar
not.
shakes
Oh
his
yeah.
You can tell.
Just goes,
You're
yeah.
like, I do not.
Nope.
It's because he's deciding to have us speak it. I get it now.
I see.
It's a good test. Good test.
Okay, here's what this says. cartographer Rosie Beestinger. Eternal child Dinar Blitzen chose a gaudy, ostentatious cart when he could have chosen something more tasteful and austere.
Wow.
As a result, the cart is recognized on site by more than 12 criminal organizations. The level of peril generated by this decision is not known at this time. At Acquisitions Incorporated, we have several available decisionists. Consider Lon Ferenz, a duelist unmatched in war and insatiable in love.
Ooh.
Do you request another decisionist? Ooh, I might. They had to bring up the fucking cart. Still stings.
You should know we asked him what he thought of the team, and he only gave it a 6 out of 10. If that helps your decision.
Wow, and he
at
didn't
all.
revise that number even one time?
Well, he went down to 5 and then up to 7,
Oh, yeah.
so kind of a wash.
What's it at right now?
I looked down. What is it at?
Still at 7.
Okay, stuck with the 7. All right. I don't know. I'd give him a 7 out of 10 too, so that seems really fair.
I mean, do we deserve more than a 7? No. To be honest. Well, each of us.
He's what we deserve. Yeah. He's the torture that we deserve.
Yeah.
I go, look,
Common or Elvish?
Elvish.
Okay.
Maybe we owe it to him to just ask if he wants to stay with the team.
Yes. However, given this pattern, I'd say we have one more interesting page to go. Rosie takes the chart page and she's like, let me study this. I'm going to get back to you.
Is there another weird page?
This page, much as the previous one, does require a response in the lower right.
Okay. What did you write?
I just wrote, contact me directly.
Oh.
We'll talk on it later. And not a yes or a no. I would want to inquire, why are they doing it this way?
In this same kind of constellation star
Charty.
configuration anyway, she writes, we deserve him.
She writes it like in the constellation,
yeah,
just like
totally.
blatantly connect the
But
dots.
it's
like,
very obvious what it
yeah,
says.
you can just look at it and
It should be totally legible to Dinar.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just like
What does that mean?
anybody's touched. Like, oh,
That's nice. That's nice. The next page has a place for the Documenter's seal. And there is a piece of text that says, in 1,000 words or more. This document requires the approval of this decisionist for the team. It requires a level 2 seal and direct advocacy on the part of the documenter.
This says this in common?
I go,
We got the softballs.
great.
You got the open-ended. I hate the open-ended questions.
I got the essay question.
so you have to write an essay and I have to approve it.
No.
No, this
No, you
page.
said
No,
decision.
the documenter. This page is
Oh.
this page is exclusively for the documenter. It's like that final page of a legal document.
Yeah.
So you have to write an essay about how great Dinar is.
You're not required to actually write 1,000. I'm not
No.
marking it.
Right. No, I assumed I would just give you a little flowery speech. So I look at these two, and one more time in Elvish, I say, this is our last chance. What do you say?
I've made myself painfully clear. Too clear.
I need more information. I mean, I think we're
God.
doing pretty good as is. I
too.
want to know why they're taking this roundabout way.
It's clearly this is part of the test. We are the decisionists now. We have to put our faith in our decisionist.
Okay, but I still stand by my answer. They'd know if I wrote anything other than, I don't know, maybe.
I look at Dinar and I go, all right, well, I have to write a considerable amount on your behalf. I want to know something. If we were all in trouble, what would you do?
You've all been in trouble a lot.
Okay, but what if we
And
were
I've
really in trouble?
killed a lot of stuff.
Like, I do what I always do.
Yeah.
Idiots.
Kill everything.
What if you had to choose between your team and, let's say, Oak?
I like to think Oak is part of the team. And I go,
Oak says this. You gotta be strategic here. You gotta be strategic here.
the whole team? Or just like
Probably
parts of the
not.
team?
You
can't pick Jessica
I
Thrust.
know where I sit on that spectrum.
I mean, it's like 3-1.
The whole team.
What kind of choice? Like, gonna be hit by a train?
Are trains impressive in D&D?
Are trains impressive in D&D?
My opinion is rapidly changing.
I go, Denard, listen, I'm just looking for you to give me any answer to trust you as a member of this team.
I killed that boss.
You did kill that boss.
Killed a couple bosses, I feel like. I don't remember.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we could jump that number up
Yeah.
from 1 to several.
So the essay that I write is extremely begrudging, and it is like the opposite of a compliment sandwich. It is an insult sandwich. For every good thing I say about him, I say 2 bad things
On each side?
on each side. So I say like he's brash, he is strong, he's reckless, he has led us into peril plenty of times with his recklessness, but he is very good with a sword. And it's like just keeps going back to like she clearly respects his skill, as like the multiple choice also revealed that she clearly respects his skill in battle, but like anything else, absolutely not.
Yeah.
So she goes on and does that, and then
He's a pretty good stepdad.
oh, I do write about that. I write about
There's a coda
there is
about his parenting.
well, I mean, 1,000 words is the minimum. You know, I'm going to write more than that. So I write a lot.
No, I chose 1,000 words or more with Walnut in mind.
I do say that he's brave, and he seems to be brave. And then the last thing I'll say about him is that he has grown tremendously and shown great potential, even if he hasn't lived up to his own potential yet.
This is like a third grade report card. Oof, hurts.
Kind of.
Your teacher's like, you have a lot of potential. You just apply yourself.
I do say that. I say if he would, but only apply himself, would that he reaches his true potential.
Denara, like, no idea how close he came, and everything, just like complaining, like, this is so taking so long. It's so dumb. Is there a page for Oak? You want to get in on this?
Let's get the page, yeah.
Yeah.
Just shakes his head.
Yeah.
I'd say, yeah, and I'll say, as Rosie said, I suppose we deserve him, and that'll be the last line.
Nice.
Nice. There is a place, of course, for the Documancer seal
She
to be applied.
hesitates for so long.
It's like
Yeah, like she like a wax type of seal. Yeah, so she'll sit there with the stamp, like waiting and waiting and waiting and looking up at Rosie and Cthulhu, and Rosie's like, yeah, kinda.
Yeah.
And then Cthulhu is
Getting a little, ready a little extra flame because the wax can cold.
you gotta heat it back up.
Yeah.
You're gonna
All right.
make this.
I stamp it.
Right. When you stamp it, below the stamp in the lower right-hand corner is a small arrow pointing to the right.
Okay. I flip the page.
This is a different document than you have seen.
Okay.
It is an application for a wild card license to be
Oh!
signed by Dinar Blitzen of the Gennari Enclave.
I'll go, I do that. I go, oh!
I go, hey!
I go, Dinar, look at this. We could be just as cool, if not cooler, than Team Bellerophon. We could have a wild card license. You could give that to us.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow, neat. Doesn't mean. Yeah. I guess just because they have it, it's like, oh,
It's probably enough.
Oh, God. This is so cool. I don't think we can be as cool as them, but this is pretty cool.
So you fill it out?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Are you like engaged now?
little-
Every other
two
thing
little
you don't
fingers.
care, but this one you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Be like them. That's cool.
Maybe then Oka want to be on this team.
I didn't think of it like that.
Yeah. Shakes head vigorously.
Nice. There is a gentle knock on the door to the central room. You see Auspicia there, and she says, "Am I interrupting anything?" She sees this blanketed man over here. She sees this desk open. Everyone's standing around. She says, "I don't want to be. It's nothing. I can come back."
You don't have to. I mean, you could stand around a naked man too. We were just helping him with his homework.
Her face becomes a singularity at this suggestion, and she says, I really only, if I could have a moment of your time, Mr. Drow."
Yes. How?
Oh, I love you.
She says,
Where?
Oh,
How?
God.
she says, away from the inn, if we could.
Sure.
Devilishly wields a knife. I have just the place.
That's the perfect way to kill Cathris. It's like, are we there yet?
Just liquid
Dying.
over and over.
Certainly. If we're, I guess, are we? I'm good. There's no other thing that I need to help with the grammar of the document. I don't. Okay.
Yeah, we drop it. Yeah.
This is the last page. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Does
done.
it say I'm a level 2 or just says we have a wild card license?
It's done. Well, it's
Or is it left unclear?
yeah, it's left unclear.
Okay.
Maybe that's what it takes.
That's really funny.
Okay. So, yeah, Auspicia. Does she look? She seems troubled. Then
She's a little nervous. She's a little nervous.
Okay. Well, then I'll say, yeah, sure. We may speak. Do you prefer to do it mind to mind? Away from the vibrating membranes that all these beings possess.
She says, "No, I think we could walk on the long road, and if I could just have a moment to just unburden myself."
Oh, I understand that. I have many burdens, and I just pack them into a ball and just so mad sometimes.
Wow.
Just don't
Whoa.
want to be alive sometimes, but it's still a lot of fun. Still a lot of fun.
We have a good
world.
time.
Okay, yeah. So
She says,
Cathris
"Yes, then let's
So
let's
we'll
go."
follow. All right, we'll go out. And if it is afternoon, I will don my sun hat.
Absolutely.
yeah.
So you're looking great. You're looking
Right.
great.
I should have some glasses maybe to add to it because it's a sun hat plus blind.
But it's gonna be like some kind of piece of
Sunglasses.
alchemical gear. It's gonna be some like steampunk,
Yeah, that makes sense. That
some kind of
tracks.
dual lens type thing where you got the different. You know what I mean?
I guess we don't have Chanel in this realm, so.
Yeah, because this will ask Auspicia. Well, we're walking. Is it too much? Just the eyes and the hat?
Do you have the?
No, the plintel is not on.
She doesn't seem disturbed by it.
Okay, that's a good sign.
She's the only
Yeah. No. She says, "I like the hat. and she makes sure that it is adjusted for maximum pulchrity.
Oh yeah, like the rakish tilt. Yeah.
Absolutely. As you are walking out, she's still quiet as you leave the front door. Prophet is back. She has now begun to draw out ladles of jam to store, and you know you can just feel it. You can feel it arriving in the same way that Phil Collins would detect something in the air of the night. Even here in this afternoon coming back, you know that Last Stone's Day is near. You know that she is prepping hardcore for the triumphant return of the Cornerstone.
Yeah. It's gonna be a big one.
This time, she's going to be in town. It's going to happen. So as you walk out, your boot steps on a piece of paper that is in sort of a wagon rut in the ground, and it's a strange. It's like a little woodcut print almost, and you can see there's an old man like sitting up in a coffin, and it's full of the text at the very bottom says, "Bury me with my cornerstones." And the coffin itself is just stuffed with cornerstones, and this ancient decrepit man is there dwelling with
Good
them
messaging. Yeah.
inside the wood. Auspicia, as you begin to walk out, you make that right turn out onto the long road. You can see Welver's boys working hard out in the yard, wagons coming in for repair, some leaving directly south down to Waterdeep, perhaps. And Auspicia says, when I was the property of that creature, I had another life that wasn't mine, but I had glimpses of what this other Auspicia did. But I have never been in love, and I've never kissed anyone, and I don't know what to do.
Come to the right place.
Yeah, jeez.
Well, he's lived the longest.
Right?
Yeah, I guess.
She says
Pouty lips.
that you, Dinar, that I can't. I don't know if it's a beak. I don't see how he could provide me with any useful information on this. I think that Walnut is already in love with someone, and Rosie, I'm not sure what she knows about this sort of thing. It's not me, it's Auspicia.
got the wrong read.
And she says, you're hundreds of years old. I mean, you must have many conquests in this
What a terrible read of this whole scenario.
context.
Yeah.
Of the mouth, yes, but largely non-romantic. Primarily, those are food or ingesting things. I'm trying to remember if Cathris would remember a first kiss, or would it have happened after he has already shut all that down and just decided, it's not that important.
Yeah, this is the sort of thing we're trying to figure out right now.
Because I imagine that's exactly what would have happened. I would say, let's see, and yet Cathris is aware that Auspicia is trying to get this sensitive information. How old is she?
But she is, like her brother Omen, she is a half elf. and she is, you would guess, it's difficult with that race to peg it exactly, but you think that she may be about 37, 38.
So, I mean, because this would just ask, would just be, how old are you?
She says 38, but I haven't.
Got it, we're almost right.
37, 38.
37, 38. But she says, I didn't live most of it.
I understand that. I too spent my childhood in a life of someone else's making. And I didn't go down the road you are interested in.
No?
No. I find these mortal things useful, certainly, but only in that they allow us to exist on this plane and extract knowledge from it. Do you understand? No. Let's see. How would he approach it?
She says I've met someone, but I have so many misgivings, and I don't know if I have them because you would say because my apparatus was faulty. I don't know if you
would say that.
I don't know if
It's me.
I just can't tell. I don't know if I know enough about it.
Where you and I do have an intersection, not of the mouth, but of experience, is that we all stumble in the dark, and that is our function. You can't shy from these questions. You have to answer them. Are they worth it to you to answer? They can be terrifying.
This is really good advice.
Really good.
She reaches up and puts her left hand around your neck and tries to encounter you in a kiss way.
Roll for initiative. You don't want a piece of this. Let's see, what would Cthulhu's reaction would be? Well, first of all, it would be to stop it. But what would be the polite thing? It would be exactly, we stumble in the dark and we have no idea what we're doing.
This is a good example of messing up.
Yeah, but you just gotta get back on that horse and figure something else out.
She says, yes, horses.
Yeah.
And
But not with a horse.
She looks down. Yeah,
Say,
yeah,
but
you're about to ruin.
get
Not
back
with
on
a
the
horse.
Kiss a horse.
Doesn't have to be with a horse, but I don't know.
She
I don't
sees-
know everything.
She sees she is desperately trying to not have a conversation anymore at this point.
Oh wait,
She's looked down, and there's another dirty piece of paper that's sort of crumpled up and she's like deciding that is what her universe is going to be about right now, and not this. She's going to focus on this down here.
Cthulhu will say, this will break that awkward silence. And this will remove some of the sting of what just occurred. Take a look.
It's this woodcut shows a child whose face and hands are covered in muck. And then there's a savaged cornerstone on a plate in front of them. And then the text below says, "Mom, I broke it."
It's like family circus corners.
Impressive in D&D.
Mom, I broke it.
I try to reroute. In fact, Cthulhu just says that. Let me reroute. Who is this person that you've met that's opened up these curiosities?
There's a pause while she tries to get this mental car back on the track. And she says, I think he's only in town for around last Stone's Day. I think he's just here to work for the time being, but I don't know. There's just something about him.
A handsome boy.
So you-
Kissable mouth.
So you've now
Like trying to bond.
yeah, exactly.
With this person.
You've now made the right turn at the other portion of the long road and are now coming back around the sort of half moon curve that comes back to the Drawn Courtier. Off to your left, you can see Rosie's lighthouse, the orphanage that she operates, full to bursting with youths. You can see just a couple buildings away. You can see a very strange construction. It seems to be a house built around a tree, or maybe the tree was there to begin with, and the house itself has sort of lifted up and grown with the tree. So now it's several feet off the ground, and there is a kind of staircase that goes up to it. But the windows themselves are either boarded, broken, or a tangle of filthy fabric.
Sounds like a real estate opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. As you're as you continue farther down. Oh, Josh. Thank you very much.
It was good today.
As you're walking down toward the Drawn and Courtier, you can see another piece of paper that you sort of cling to like a buoy in this bizarre social scenario you've been introduced to, and it has a dilapidated, soaked mush of a cornerstone, and on top it just says "still," and there's a question mark over it. And
It's like they got the guy who illustrated Scary Stories to do ads.
Oh,
Yes.
It's just like,
Yeah.
what?
yeah, exactly. And then as you and Auspicia are coming down to the Drawn and Courtier, about maybe 20 feet away, you see Auspicia disengages entirely from the conversation, and she runs from you to a man who is standing in front of the Drawn and Courtier, looking. He's looking with some interest at the Acquisitions Incorporated sign that is dangling off, making some adjustments. But when he sees Auspicia run toward him, he breaks into a smile, takes a few steps over to her, and enfolds her in an embrace. Thank you very much, Josh.
Is this that same roughneck we saw her with earlier?
No. She says, Omen. I didn't know you were coming. And he says, I wasn't coming. I got a very, very important message, and I had to stop doing the other things that I was doing. And I had to come here instead.
Oh my
No, but do it in Omen's voice.
And he says, but it's worth it. And he kisses her on the forehead. And he pushes the door aside and walks in and says, Mother. And Prafa says, oh! And comes out. There is no part of the lieutenant here at all. Let's put it this way, the jam is in grave danger. So she comes out and collapses on him, and then he is trying to move and adjust them both, but Auspicia is also on the back. So now there's a sort of tripartite organism that is slowly shimmying through here, and he says, "You can't. It's gonna scald, Mom. You have to You can't leave it in there. People are expecting you have a brand here and you have to maintain it.
Omen as fuck.
He's like, everybody's talking about it in Waterdeep, Mom. Like after last year, there's this, he's like a food sorcerer. He came back with a big review. Dinar featured prominently. So you better make sure that he's on staff because there's going to be a lot of Waterdeep, there's going to be a lot of Water Davians slumming it up here. And you got to wring these bastards out for all they're worth. And that means having Dinar dancing around out front, doing whatever he's going to do. That's a big part of the brand now. You got to take advantage of this, Mom.
Does Walnut hear Omen's voice from upstairs?
I don't know.
No, she went perception.
My passive perception is 17, and
You
that's
don't do that.
pretty good.
Not in my game.
14.
It's pretty good. You hear someone. You hear what sounds like it might even be some kind of a fight or something in the front
I
room.
see.
Oh man. I go.
And you hear Prophet and Auspicia both
Oh, make that noise.
pitching in at whoever is down there with them.
I look at Rosie and I give you like the 2 taps on the side and I go, "Let's go," and I burst out onto the like the loft area that looks down on the
Yeah, exactly.
D&C.
And so right now they are all. This is perfect because they're all in the kitchen. They're not actually visible from there.
Ah!
Oh, okay.
I jump up on the railing next to you and I pose real cool, but I'm like,
And I go, I thought I heard something.
I think I'm just outside the threshold of the kitchen. So
yeah.
look,
Yeah.
Do I smell
what is
burning
this?
jam?
No. They were able.
Okay.
They were able to get
Okay.
to it in time. It's just sweet.
So sweet.
Just the perfume.
Smells good. It smells like I love the smell of
in
strawberries,
here.
don't you?
Well, no, and it's just as soon as
God.
it's like as soon as the cool breeze started to come in, like it's still warm in here from the kitchen.
Can we tell that the commotion is in the kitchen now?
Oh, definitely,
All right.
definitely.
Let's go. And so we hustle into the kitchen, ready to help Profa in whatever way. Yeah, we're both like ready.
Battle
Like I
ready.
got like my sword half out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Yeah, just-
Why are there?
We thought we heard a fight.
Omen is like, he's down. He's down.
This is all in character, by the way. Omen. Omen drawn.
Walnut on grass.
Okay.
Documancer, rank 2,
Yes, that's me.
if I recall.
That's my name that you said.
I did sign it.
You did sign it. I have that laminated in my room. She can't look at him. She's looking at the floor. She's looking at the ceiling.
I've never seen Walnut like this before, especially not around a man.
Yeah.
So Rosie's like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, of course I'm okay.
Yeah, Omen says, I can take receipt of the wildcard license document while I'm here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
I assumed that you had come for our nude god.
Oh, that's also happening. That's also happening.
Rosie and Omen have met several times
Oh,
before,
multiple times.
right?
Yeah.
So there's like a secret handshake that goes down.
Exactly. It's just,
Put up
it's
the
just
fist.
One
up.
is staring daggers. Just like,
What? Just Omen.
okay.
Omen says, shall we?
Yes, absolutely. This way. She bows way.
Rosie's like, "What the fuck is going on with you?" Holy shit.
I'm having a
He says,
weird day. People are very strange.
he says, did he give you any trouble?
The trouble that led us to the Underdark, yes. But other than that, absolutely not. And we were totally capable of handling it. He's right upstairs.
He was a baby for a long time, and then that stayed incredibly manageable.
He says, you're aware by now that he's not 100% mortal, I guess is the...
Yeah, he blew that one wide open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do know that.
As you're walking up, he's like, you could stab him a couple times. I mean, he wouldn't be any worse for it.
Walnut thinks about it for a second, and then she goes.
This isn't a test, Walnut.
She looks at Omen for the first time, and she goes, "I wouldn't dirty my blade with this blood."
He's like, well, he says, you're in the minority.
Do you guys have?
Say then, Malik, you could use my dad's knife. Don't hit him in the head. We learned that lesson.
Does Kathris have any?
Because was upset. At
No, we
Omen for a
worked. Yeah,
while.
we worked together before you contacted Other Plane and went mad.
Right.
Right. Do you
Right.
have any memory of that?
Yeah, I mean, I do remember that. Yeah,
Okay.
because that was after
Okay.
that. Yeah. The only thing I remember, or the only thing that had been unexplored was me apparently turning down Force Grey to work with Pack Inc. instead.
Mm-hmm.
Which one was better? Who could say?
Some
Yeah.
people are able to work on both.
Wink, wink, wink. He follows you up into the room, and Oak is there in the corner. And Omen just grabs the blanket, throws it off to the other side of the room.
Dinar goes, what the?
Yeah.
Because he never left. You guys clamored out.
Oh yeah.
And then he just sat there, still doing his paperwork. Just starts reading his letter again, going,
Omen says, yeah, okay, morning, wake up. And then he looks over his shoulder and he says, Your Highness.
Dinar doesn't know who Omen is.
That's true, but he knows who you are.
He's never met Omen.
Yeah.
He knows who Omen is in name and
Yeah.
title because he's been on documents, but he's never seen him before.
Right.
So he goes, random dude.
He goes. Rosie goes. Oh.
What? Is this Elvish again?
It is actually.
Actually.
Yeah.
Omen goes over, stands over by Oak and says, I have so many questions and I have so many techniques.
Walnut claps. Yay!
The actual, like,
He pulls out a smooth stone and rubs it between his thumb and forefinger and whispers something into it. And you hear like a, and then the door pops open and Prophet says, Don't you leave before saying goodbye. And have dark magic fix my door. And Omen says, I'll be back. I'll be back sooner than you think. You'll see. And a portal opens up below the two of them, and they drop through, and it seizes back up.
Dinar goes, oh, Omen!
Shadow Council, may our labors please you. Hey, we are going to go, and we're going to use the facilities. We're going to take full advantage of them, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to do some table talk. No, you're going to bounce, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go see Les Miserables.
She's going to see she's going to see less miserable.
Less
2, 4, 6, oh, fun. I know, right?
But so if she disappears, that's why. That's what happened. It's okay. She's fine. She's watching a play. It's fine. Hey, don't go anywhere. Come back and see us.
2, 4, 6, oh, fun.